I'm Jennifer Boykin, President of Newport News Shipbuilding, and it's my honor to welcome you to the first cut of steel ceremony for our nation's newest aircraft carrier, the Enterprise CVN 80. Would the audience please rise as I introduce our platform guests? Please welcome Mr. Mike Shawcross, Newport News Shipbuilding, Vice President of CVN 80 and 81 aircraft carrier programs. Captain Jason Lloyd, Supervisor of Shipbuilding, Newport News. Rear Admiral Brian Antonio, Program Executive Officer, Aircraft Carriers. The Honorable Bobby Scott, U.S. House of Representatives, 3rd Congressional District, Virginia. And now, please welcome our ship's sponsors, United States Olympians Simone Biles and Katie Ledecky. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem, which will be performed by Newport News Shipbuilding's own Kayla Cook. Kayla works in our dimensional control department. Her husband, Shane, also works in the shipyard as a ship fitter, and we're pleased that he's also joining us today. Please welcome Kayla Cook.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Kayla. I should mention that Kayla is a brand new employee. She's been with Newport News Shipbuilding for a total of 1 month. I think she's already made an impression, and I'm sure she's going to do amazing things. And now, please welcome Newport News Shipbuilding Machine Specialist Tony Goodman to deliver the invocation. Tony has been with the shipyard for 6 years, and for the past 15 years, he's also served as Associate Pastor of New Gospel Temple Church in Suffolk. Tony is a second-generation shipbuilder, and his late father, Waverly Goodman, worked here for 32 years. Please welcome Tony Goodman.
Good afternoon. May we prepare our hearts to go to the throne of grace. Our Heavenly Father, we are gathered today to celebrate the historic event of the first cutting of steel for Enterprise CVN 80. Lord, we are thankful to you and all those who worked so hard to put this celebration together. Lord, we ask you to guide your guiding hand to lead us through this journey of a new beginning. We ask that you continue to put your hand of blessing on this company and all the men and the women who will take the thoughts and the ideas and bring them to life. We know that this company, we have taken this journey before, but we're asking that your wisdom will guide us as we seek to accomplish this goal. We pray these things in Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Tony, for your service to our company and for your inspiring words to start today's ceremony. If everyone would remain standing for just one more minute, this is a historic day. And since we've been cleared by security for a photograph, I want to capture it and all of you with me, so we're going to take a selfie. On three, say USA. 1, 2, 3. USA. All right, thank you. Please be seated. Today is a great day for Newport News Shipbuilding, for the Navy, and for all of our supplier businesses across the United States. We are embarking on the initial construction of the third ship in the Gerald R. Ford class, CVN 80 Enterprise. I'd like to thank you for joining us, and I'd like to specifically recognize our Navy leadership and our union leadership seated in the audience. Thank you all for coming. As you can see, we've packed this place. We fit as many people in here as we safely can, and I'm happy to say that we've included kids. We've done that for two reasons. One, because of the two ladies sitting to my left. We are fortunate to have our ship sponsors, Simone Biles and Katie Ledecky, with us today. They have inspired all of us with their athleticism, their professionalism, and their patriotism. And I can tell you, I know they're a role model to many, and after being able to spend some time with Simone and Katie and their families, it's not a surprise that they are two incredible young women. Thank you both for being here today. And I'd like to thank their families, Simone's parents, Ron and Nellie, Katie's parents, Dave and Mary Jen, and Katie's brother, Michael, all with us today. Thank you all for joining us. The second reason that we've included families in this ceremony is because we don't often get a chance to show our loved ones where we work inside the gates. It's very important to me that we get to show our families where we work, what we do, and how we do it. Because nowhere else, anywhere in the world, builds nuclear-powered aircraft carriers for the United States of America. This is a responsibility that we should never lose sight of, and it's a privilege and one for which we should all feel very proud. Newport News Shipbuilding is the birthplace for all 11 carriers in the United States Navy's fleet. And after today's steel cut, we will have 2 aircraft carriers under construction at Newport News. With each new ship we build, we look for opportunities to continuously innovate, to be more efficient, to be safer, and to improve the working conditions for our shipbuilders. With this ship, we will go boldly where no one has gone before, and she will be built using digital technology instead of paper work packages and drawings. We will build more of this ship indoors in new facilities so that our employees have more opportunities to work undercover and out of the weather. CVN 80 will revolutionize how we build ships, just as her predecessor, CVN 65, the world's first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, revolutionized our industry. In just a few minutes, we will cut CVN 80's first cut of steel. And as we do this, we honor the legacy of 8 previous U.S. Navy ships named Enterprise. We celebrate the next Big E's future. And we celebrate the men and women who have designed her, the men and women who will build her, and the men and women who will serve aboard her. Knowing that the steel cut today will be transformed over the next 9 years into the mightiest of ships, knowing that this enterprise will reign as queen of the seas until the year 2078 or thereabout, and knowing that she is made in America, only in Newport News, by the greatest shipbuilders in the world. Today's ceremony represents a new beginning and a new chapter for one of the most beloved and iconic ships ever to sail the seas. Today, the legacy of Enterprise lives on. I want to thank you all for joining us, and now it is my pleasure to welcome someone who has been a good friend and a supporter for our shipbuilders for many, many years. He's currently serving in his 13th term in the U.S. House of Representatives. We are proud to be located in his district and to have him here for today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congressman Bobby Scott.
Thank you, Ms. Boykin, and congratulations on your new leadership role here at Newport News Shipbuilding. I'd like to welcome everyone here to the finest shipbuilding facility in the United States and one of the greatest assets in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I'd like to give a personal welcome to our sponsors, Simone Biles and Katie Ledecky. You both represent the United States well in the Olympics, but also serve as role models to every young person in America. So thank you for your leadership, and thank you for developing a unique bond with this ship already. It's always been one of my greatest honors as your representative in Congress to attend these events, ushering in the new beginning construction phase of a new vessel, cutting the first piece of steel on the Enterprise, the third Gerald R. Ford class carrier, signifies a new era for this shipyard. Just last month, we commissioned the USS Gerald R. Ford, a ship I had the privilege of watching being built over the years. And in 2011, I had the honor to participate in the steel cutting of the new John F. Kennedy. With the start of construction of the Enterprise, building the Ford-class carriers is becoming the new norm for this shipyard, and I'm committed, along with the others in the local delegation, to ensuring that Newport News will be building many more of these fine aircraft carriers. Nuclear-powered aircraft carriers play an essential role in protecting the United States' national security. These ships are able to rapidly respond to global threats and humanitarian relief efforts. The presence of a United States aircraft carrier in a harbor, whether home or abroad, is an awesome sight and a strong reflection of America's naval sea power. The Gerald R. Ford class carriers are continuing this tradition and will show the world that the United States is still the most advanced shipbuilding and Navy operation in the world. Of course, a critical component of our Navy's strength is the fact that these ships are built by the finest shipbuilders in the world. These men and women, many of whom are fourth and fifth generation shipbuilders, have dedicated their careers to ensuring that the ships they build are safe for our sailors and ready to face any challenge. If history is any guide, these shipbuilders will again deliver the best built aircraft carrier in the world. So I commend all of you for your hard work that you've done in the past, and I commend you for the work that you're beginning today on the Enterprise. And although we're celebrating today, it's now time to get to work and build the next new aircraft carrier. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congressman Scott. Our next sponsor serves as the Program Executive Officer for Aircraft Carriers. He has served in the Navy since graduating from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1983 and has had many significant roles and led significant programs and projects throughout his career. Today, he is responsible for the research, development, and acquisition of all U.S. Navy aircraft carriers. Please welcome Rear Admiral Brian Antonio.
Congressman Scott, we're honored by your presence today. Thank you very much for coming. And Mrs. Boykin, thank you very much for hosting this. It's great to look out into the audience and see as many shipbuilders and union leadership and of course Navy shipmates in the audience today. So thank you very much for hosting and welcome. And of course to our ship sponsors, Simone and Katie, welcome to the aircraft carrier family. And I could tell by the smiles on your parents' faces when I met them earlier today that they're about as proud of you as we are, so congratulations. At this very moment, about a half a world away, the USS Ronald Reagan, CVN 76, is most likely steaming with the 7th Fleet with members of her carrier battle group. It's almost 0400. Those for the oncoming watch, the morning watch, the 0400 to the 0800 watch are being awakened to relieve those that have stood watch since midnight. And so as it goes with turnovers on ships throughout the fleet, so it goes from ship to ship, and in particular, for the future USS Enterprise, CVN 80. The first cut of steel symbolically represents the awakening so that this ship can one day relieve the watch and fulfill her nation's responsibilities around the globe, just as USS Ronald Reagan does today. CVN 80 will be the numerical replacement for the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, CVN 69, another fine Newport News ship, who will be reaching the end of her service life after 50 years. I have to say that I'm extremely honored to be a part of this ceremony for the future USS Enterprise, as much as I was honored to be a part of the decommissioning of the previous USS Enterprise just a few hundred yards away from here. CVN 80, when commissioned in the middle of the next decade, as we've heard, will be the 9th ship to bear the name Enterprise. And no, that does not include the Starship by the same name. As we cut steel here in Newport News' heavy plate bay, it launches the real work and construction of CVN 80. Today's ceremony now galvanizes the actions of the thousands of men and women who will construct and touch Enterprise in the years to come. I don't know about you, but it is nearly incomprehensible to me that from this plate of steel, joined together with other plates and other material, 54,000 tons of steel, 9 million feet of cable, 1 million feet of piping, and 200,000 gallons of paint. I hope you have a lot of rollers. All of that coming together to form a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. From the engineers, to the welders, to the pipe fitters, to the cable pullers, to the electricians, all of your collective skills are what transforms these tons of raw material into a warship. This workforce, you, are the heart and soul of the Navy's carrier construction fleet. And of course, if the workers are the heart and soul of the construction force, then the spirit of the ship comes from her sponsors. And what a spirit Enterprise will have, with 2 proven champions as her sponsors. Simone and Katie, beginning today, your fiercely determined, dedicated, and gracious spirits will guide and inspire all those who come in contact with Enterprise. This is a hallowed tradition in the United States Navy, and we are grateful and honored to welcome you to the Carrier family. Given our sponsors' experience and accomplishments, it seems appropriate today, as I close my remarks, to reference a passage from a favorite book of mine entitled The Boys in the Boat by Daniel James Brown. This book recounts a true story of the gold medal winning U.S. rowing team in the 1936 Berlin Olympics. In the book, Brown writes, "There is a thing that sometimes happens in rowing that it's hard to achieve and hard to define. Many crews, even winning crews, never really find it. It's called swing. It only happens when all 8 oarsmen are rowing in such perfect unison that no single action by any one is out of sync with those of all the others. The closer a crew can come to that ideal, the closer they are to rowing on another plane, the plane on which champions row." In shipbuilding, as in rowing, swing is a thing that's both hard to define and achieve. But just like in rowing, swing is the thing that allows a shipbuilding team to slice through the proverbial rough waters and work together as a single unit to successfully drive across the finish line. Shipbuilding is never easy. There will undoubtedly be rough waters from time to time, but I know this is a team with swing. From our sponsors to our senior industry and Navy leaders, all the way to our engineers, welders, pipe fitters, cable pullers, and electricians, the Carrier family is rowing on another plane, the plane on which champions row. And so today, our next race begins. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Admiral. It's now my pleasure to introduce our ship's sponsors. Katie Ledecky and Simone Biles represent the very best of America. Simone is the most decorated gymnast in recent history, earning 4 gold medals and 1 bronze at the 2016 Olympics. She has won the most world championships by a female gymnast ever. Katie is a 2-time Olympian and a 5-time Olympic gold medalist swimmer. She has already won more Olympic and World Championship gold medals in individual races than any female swimmer in the history of the sport. And if that's not impressive enough, both of these young women are 20 years old. And despite how busy these young ladies are, they spent the entire morning with us, touring the shipyard, going down into Dry Dock 11, and going on board CVN 65. They have already demonstrated a high level of commitment to the ship and to our community in their role as sponsors. One of our shipbuilders, Robert Blake, who's in our coatings department, posted this on Facebook, on our Facebook page, about our sponsors. He said, "Simone and Katie couldn't be any better. They are the best at what they do, just as our shipbuilders are the best at what we do." I wholeheartedly agree. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the sponsors of Enterprise CVN 80, Simone Biles and Katie Ledecky.
First, I would like to thank the Secretary of the Navy for naming Katie and I for this historic honor as sponsors of our nation's new aircraft carrier, Enterprise CVN 80. Also, the U.S. Department of Navy and all of its personnel. and Jennifer Boykin, president of Newport News Shipbuilding, and all of the employees of this great shipbuilding company for their dedication to this project. Much like U.S. athletes who represent the United States throughout the world, displaying patriotism, pride, and strength, so do the ships of our nation. My father served in the U.S. Air Force for over 21 years, and taught me discipline, determination, and dedication to achieve my goals, and these same values are on display as these advanced ships are being built here. Once again, thanks for this honor, and I am humbled and privileged to be a part of the nation's newest carrier, Enterprise CVN 80. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Mrs. Boykin for her hospitality here today, and to Congressman Scott and Admiral Antonio for their leadership. It was really incredible when we got to walk around the shipyard today and see the ships and see what the progress of Enterprise will look like based on what we saw today. It was an honor to meet the shipbuilders and to meet some of the people that will be working on this ship. We just couldn't be prouder to be the sponsors of this ship and see it come to life. My grandfather was a physician who served as a Navy lieutenant in World War II in the Pacific Theater, and I think he would be so happy that I am a sponsor of a ship, and I want to thank all of the servicemen and women here today for their sacrifice and their leadership, and to their families for that as well. We really look forward to meeting all the young kids here, and thank you for your support as we compete internationally. We really, truly would not be able to compete at the level that we do without the freedom that we have, and that's something that we promise we'll never take for granted. And we're excited to cut this deal today and start this process, and we'll continue to support this over the years, and we're really looking forward to it. Thanks.
Thank you, ladies. And now we're going to cut some steel. So let me explain what you're about to see. The big machine over here to my left is the ESAB Avenger burning machine. I'm going to ask all of our platform guests to join me in autographing the steel plate before the cut. This plate, by the way, weighs 35 tons and will become part of CVN 80's foundation. After we sign the plate, our sponsors will give the go signal to the machine and start the first ceremonial cut. The machine will be operated by Wayne Kanya, a 42-year master shipbuilder who's a machine specialist. Wayne, by the way, made the first cut of steel for both CVN 78 and CVN 79. He's joined today by his wife and several family members, including his brother Paul, who is also a shipbuilder. Before we make our way over there, I have a special message to Simone and Katie, and it's from Susan Ford Bales. As most of you know, Susan is the sponsor of the USS Gerald R. Ford, the first ship in this class. Susan asked me to send her congratulations and to offer the following advice as you begin your journey as sponsors. She says to tell you to be yourself, because you'll never get another opportunity like this. And she also says, be brave and go up in the big blue crane. So the next time you all come back to visit, we promise to take you up in big blue. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, I'd like to ask the platform guests to please follow me. You ready, Wayne?
All right, everyone count down with us.
3, 2,
2,
1. Cut that steel.
Great job, Wayne. Wayne, congratulations on your third first cut. We have a CVN 80 hat for you with your name on the back.
Oh, thank you so much.
Everyone has just once again witnessed history being made at Newport News Shipbuilding. Wayne, congratulations again. And to help commemorate this historic occasion, I'd like to ask our sponsors to join me at the podium for a special presentation. Simone and Katie, we have a gift for you made by our shipbuilders so that you'll always remember today's ceremony. We know that between the two of you, you have plenty of gold, silver, and bronze medals. In fact, what we really know is that you'll continue to get more of those without any help from us. But we will be cheering you on. But what you don't have yet is a medal made of steel. So what we have for you both is a custom-made CVN 80 first cut of steel medal made with aircraft carrier steel. And here to present your medals on behalf of the shipbuilders who made them are the 15-year-old daughter of shipbuilder William Wolfe, Sarah, and the 16-year-old son of shipbuilder Kevin Sessoms, Devante. We have similar commemorative pieces of steel for all of the platform guests and for Katie's parents and Simone's parents to help you remember the special occasion today. I want to thank everyone for coming. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you've enjoyed getting to see the awesome talent and spirit of our ship sponsors, plural. This concludes the formal part of our ceremony, but I'm very pleased to announce that our gracious sponsors are going to stay around for photographs with everyone. We'd ask everyone to line up slowly. There will be people that help. We have to be safe and orderly, and they're going to stay for the duration to take pictures, so no need to rush. But thank you all for being here, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.